Hey, it's Tom Gallagher, and this is our first installment of The Story Behind the Car, and I'm with Spencer Anderson. And Spencer, tell us about your truck.
It's a 66 F100. I bought it when I was 18 in 2008, so almost 15 years ago. It's the second vehicle I've ever owned. I wanted something old and easy to work on that I could hot rod a little bit. And my dad's in a car club. He's got a 57 Chevy, and one of the guys in the car club had this for sale. And I guess it was in his family for a long time, and he didn't know what to do with it. It sat in his driveway. So
You cool with me opening it?
yeah, you can open the door. I bought it from him, and it had a lot of problems with the motor. It kind of ran and drove, but not exactly. All the valve guide seals were broke in the motor, and it clogged the oil return holes.
Yeah.
And it was so bad that it smoked, and it had really long mufflers on it, and it had rust spots in it. And whenever you would park it, it would drip oil out of the rust spots from the muffler. So we spent the first weekend and put all new valve guide seals on it. We put new mufflers on it, some spark plug wires, just some little dress-up stuff on the motor. And then I went to get license plates on it on a Monday, and it used to be a 3-speed on the column. Now It's got a 4-speed on the floor. When I left to go get license plates on it, the shift tube broke. That's got a little tab for the shift lever.
Yeah.
And the tab broke on there, and it was stuck in first gear, and I couldn't shift it. So I got it back home. I just made it around the corner, and then my dad fixed it. And Tuesday, I went and got license plates on it, and my buddy went with me, and he thought it was actually fast, which it's not really fast at all. But
Yeah.
for back in the day when, young kids, we thought it was quick, and he thought it would beat his truck and wanted to race. So we raced on my way to work. I was working night shifts, and we raced like 3 or 4 times. I actually beat him every time. And then after we got done racing, it started knocking real loud, and at the time I wasn't sure exactly what the noise was. It was just really loud banging, and it's got loud exhaust on it. And it was knocking, so I called my dad, and he came to help me out and get it with a trailer and stuff. And he said, yeah, it blew up, and I'm guessing because the valve guide seals were probably plugged up the oil return holes for who knows how long. It probably wasn't oiling right, and I probably revved it up a little more than I should have. And we pulled it on the trailer, and when he pulled it on the trailer, the number 5 piston exploded, and it poked a hole in the block right behind the oil filter. So I got a junkyard motor, put that in there.
This is a junkyard?
No, this is a 352 that I bought from one of my friends. He had a 66 he gave to his son.
Yeah.
They coyote swapped it and stuff. So I bought this motor, carved a pan, and then I put a bigger cam and stuff, and it's got valve springs and stuff like that in it.
Aluminum radiator?
Yep, aluminum radiator. The original one was too bad, they couldn't fix it.
Yes.
So the
Inner fenders
original
are a lot like on a Chevy.
Yep. The original 352, it blew up, and I got a junkyard 390 to put in there. And he said it was all stock, but I think it had a little cam in there. And then we put that in there over the next weekend, and we drove it probably 250 miles, and it used 4 quarts of motor oil, and took it back out. We took it apart. It had 5 broken piston rings in it. And actually, before I even got to drive it, the guy from the junkyard said, I guarantee it's a good motor. I didn't drive the truck, but I heard it run. It's a good one. I said, okay, cool. He said, let me know if it's not good. Put it in the truck, started it up, and it had a Bart's exhaust valve. It had 1 dead cylinder on it. So we took the one cylinder head back off and put 1 valve in it out of the 352 heads. That's when we drove it 250 miles, and then had to take it back out. It had 5 broken piston rings in it.
Holy shit.
And we didn't bore it or anything like that. And we put new rings and bearings in it just because it was all still standard bore stuff. And it lasted about 3,000 miles, and then it started having blow by. So I ran it like that for a while, and it was just tired, and I got a good deal on this 352. So
Yeah.
I bought that, and then it's got a 268H cam kit in it. So it's got a cam and lifters and springs and stuff in there. And then we checked the bottom. It's been rebuilt at some point, but not by me.
I got to ask about the design on the the floor mat.
That is all original.
Isn't it?
I've got another 66 short bed.
Yeah.
And it's got that same design on there.
I've seen it before on old
And
Ford trucks.
On like an original factory factory seat, it should have that same lightning bolt deal in the middle of the seat. This seat's been recovered at some point, but not by me. So,
well,
like I
thank
said,
you.
the 3-speed on the column. I tried to come to this show. We're at the Winsville show. I tried to come here, and I broke the shift tube again. So we put a 3-speed shifter on the floor, and then I drove it to work one day, and it got stuck in third. And I bought this. It's a top-loaded 4-speed out of a 66 Fairlane. So when it got stuck, I didn't even mess with it. I put this transmission in there, and then it's a close ratio 4-speed, so it had 325s in it. Now it's got 411s. It's too much, so it screams on the highway. But
Yeah.
I don't live too far from here, so that's why I brought this one tonight. It's just fun to play with and sounds cool.
Well, great looking truck, and thank you so much. Appreciate the story as well.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.